I'd actually spoken to Brian and Anant about 2 years prior about doing the project, and I'd really liked the script when I'd read it. I was very interested in doing it. But at the time I had other commitments, and it was about 10 weeks ago. I had gone out very early in the morning, and when I came back, there was a dozen emails in my inbox and phone calls. I suppose I got on an aeroplane from Los Angeles, flew over here, and ran into 5 weeks of pre-production, which was very fast. And yeah, it was literally jumping in the deep end. The world of Kite is a parallel universe. It's not really the future, it's an alternative reality. Everything has collapsed, the banks, the financial institutions, and young girls are a commodity who bought and sold and traded. The story of Kite is the story of Sawa. She's a young girl whose parents were murdered, and she is on a quest for revenge, to avenge her parents, to get back at the people who've done this to them. Kite is very character and narrative driven. I think the story is very strong. I think the characters are very strong. I think it's got a very strong female lead, which is unusual, which is great. Actually, it's one of the best things about the film. No, the characters are all incredibly vivid. You've got Carl Aker, who's, a very enigmatic cop. You've got Sawa, who's a girl strung out on drugs, avenging her parents. You've got Obery, who's a very enigmatic character who's linked to her through her past and her history. And you've got an assortment of bad guys from the Emir. You've got Stachy, you've got Kratsov, who's a Russian punk mafia trolleys dealing in girls. So it's a very vivid set of characters, and they are larger than life and very well etched, very well written characters, because to have taken a comic book and brought out all this three-dimensionality in it is quite amazing. Visually it looks very bold, very bright colors, but very washed out with smoke. Slightly heightened reality in terms of the colors, the costumes, the wardrobe, what people wear, and the locations. The locations are very much broken down, urban decay. We looked through a lot of visual references, how to give the film a look that was visual and unique, and to bring a lot of color into it, to bring a lot of the anime elements into it, the brightly colored wigs, the graffiti everywhere. It was ways of bringing art and just a certain sensibility to it. We decided to give India a very kind of a heroin chic, washed out, almost like a Kate Moss type of a look. Druggy but sexy with the dark eyes and the very white skin, very strung out but very beautiful as well. The style is quite comic book in a sense. It's quite anime. It's a lot of wide angle lenses, a lot of very strong framing by Lance Giwa, the director of photography, and he's brought the comic book and the frames of the comic book back into the movie. Like any film, it's a collaboration, starting with the writer, the art director, the director of photography, and the actors who inhabit those roles. So, it is a very collaborative process, and I think everybody has brought, incredible elements to it. Samuel L. Jackson's amazing. As soon as he's on set, as soon as he starts talking, your eyes are just very drawn to him. I mean, he is He's a living legend, obviously, but he's larger than life. He's that way when he walks in, and he's that way when the cameras roll. Yeah, India's been amazing. She doesn't really act, she becomes the role, and you say action and the tears well up, and she doesn't need teardrops put in, it's real. And so there is this raw emotion with India which is just below the surface, and you see her on screen, you see her as soon as the cameras roll, and she draws you in an instant. She's fantastic. Callan is great. Callan's wonderful. He's a joker until the cameras roll. He's got a great sense of humor, always playing around, but he does a lot with a look. He's one of those actors who doesn't need dialogue to say something. He gives a look, or he gives a little turn of the head or a raise of the eyebrow, and you know exactly what he's thinking. Fantastic, yeah. The cream of the crop. I mean, wonderful actors, really. Dion Lotz is amazing. Lo Fenter, who plays Rainhook, is amazing. Carl Bucas, fantastic. Yeah, I think we're very, very lucky with everyone we've worked with. I think just the time. I think coming in with 5 weeks of pre-production and running into shooting a movie like this in 5 weeks has been incredibly difficult. The schedule has been breakneck, and we are going 6 days a week. But the saving grace is, having an amazing crew and amazing actors. Yeah, just like every day there's something. Every day there's a scene or a look or something that the actors do, and it's just fantastic.